Hey, hey. Hello, all. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, folks. My computer's acting up. Hello. Welcome to the Emerald Collective channel. I'm Ben, your GM for tonight, where we're diving once again into the ShadowDark RPG. I'd like to thank Kelsey Dione, the masterful architect of this awesome rules-light dark fantasy system. Before we get to rolling dice, I've just got a few announcements up top. We here at the Emerald Collective think it's important to speak out about mental health in general, but the upcoming month of November, or Movember, if you will, specifically focuses on men's mental health, and friend of the show, Kian, aka Flying Orc, is raising money in aid of this worthy charity with his MoSpace fundraiser. You'll see the link to this fundraiser pop up occasionally in our Twitch chat. Please donate if you can, and if you can't, simply give it a share on your socials. Giving it a share on your socials will really help us get it out there. It's all for a good cause. But on that note aside, did you know that we have a Patreon? Well, now you do, if you didn't know already. Head on over to patreon.com/the Emerald Collection to check it out. On our Patreon, we're offering original monsters, magic items, and maps to use in your games each month. You can also get early access to our podcast, shout-outs on stream, and bonus content, as well as discounts on select items at drivethroughrpg.com, and on commissions from our cartographer, It's a Map, and Lee Shangavi, formerly Zorp's Art, who created all of our awesome Patreon art. We've also added a $1 tier for those folks that would like to show their support but can't stretch to the higher tiers. However, if you don't have the coin to spare at all to pledge, fear not, you can still give our Patreon a follow and you'll get a free original monster and magic item for your trouble. Plus, even more free content on occasion, so make sure you stick around and keep an eye on updates. We can't wait to share all the gems that the Emerald Collection has to offer. Episode 13 of our aforementioned podcast, No Silver Linings, a Call of Cthulhu story set in 1920s Ireland by Mark Corrigan of Chinook Games, is available wherever you get your podcasts. And if you can't wait for the next installment, episode 14 is available now, Patreon subscribers at the Jeweler tier and above, before it goes on general release on all of the regular platforms on Wednesday, November 13th. With Benson shaken after the sudden appearance of something rather unnatural, Charlie attempts to help through the trauma. Meanwhile, Professor Miles and Ulick search Eugene's house for potential clues. The rain outside turns into a thunderous downpour as the investigators muse on their plans. With a goal in mind, the group presses on towards the mines to solve this mystery once and for all. So, a lot of excitement going on. A lot of excitement and trauma, as any good Call of Cthulhu campaign should have there in No Silver Linings. But if you want to stay up to date on everything Emerald Collective, the best way to do that is to come on by our Discord community. And speaking of community, we want a big shout out to our patron, Carrig O'Connell, tonight. Thank you so much for your support. We really do appreciate it. But here on Twitch, we stream several times every week. So let's take a look at what's to come in the week ahead. Heirs to the Hand returns on Thursday with the party exploring the Pale Traveller, a seemingly abandoned living ship adrift in the astral storm. Half of the party has stepped aboard and has begun to explore, and the rest of the party has seen through the illusion around the ship, revealing its true, ruined, rotting away state. What happened to this ship, its crew, and the barren treant fused to the ship's deck? Find out on Thursday in episode 26, Ready or Not. Softhrone Saga continues Friday. Standing bloodied but victorious over the bodies of two fire giants, the party must move quickly. The Illithids are traveling fast, and who knows how long the captured temple guards have left before they are killed, or worse. Join GM Dave and the party on Friday the 8th as we begin the episode with a level up that will most definitely result in life getting a whole lot more difficult for the gang. It's the best thing about leveling up the party, just like, oh great, now I can throw harder monsters at you. It's great. Finally, you can catch the latest session of Arcane Adventures in Andromedas next Tuesday. That's November 12th. The party have escaped the hole, with Samon dead and a baby dragon quickly emerging from its egg. Were the party actually successful in damaging the cult's presence, or have they just scratched the surface? Stay tuned to find out in episode 5, Messages from Home. If you like our shows and you haven't subbed already, please consider doing so, as it really does help us out. Lets us keep playing RPGs with friends and making fools of ourselves for your amusement on the internet. And thanks to those of you who are subbed, this wouldn't be possible without you. A reminder, you can use your subscriptions as well as channel points and bits to influence the game, providing up to 3 single-use boon, luck tokens, and healing to any of the players, or to me, the GM. If you like rooting for the bad guys, and who doesn't? Details for all of that can be found directly down below. Party's characters were created using ShadowDarklings.net, an excellent resource that makes character creation a breeze. Maps were made with Dungeon Scroll using assets by Mark Gospel, Day, and Angry Golem Games. Tonight's stream features art by Dean Spencer, used with permission. And thank you to Tabletop Audio and to Kevin MacLeod via Incompetech for the music you'll be hearing, to Christian for his awesome intro, and to Cyber Sasquatch for their very helpful ShadowDark character sheet for Roll20. And last, certainly not least, many thanks to Kate for her tech wizardry and incredible overlays. Let's give it up for El Technomancer, folks. Now, without any further ado, and with no more rambling from me, let's meet our wonderful cast and get rolling. Who have I got on my screen here? I am going to start with Freya.
Hello, yes, I am Freya. I am playing Vara. She is my half-orc fighter. She is now on a mission to kill a tiny little halfling, because he's just rude, and there's no need for it. She also likes to play the games that from the last festival. She didn't do great in it, but still stronger than that guy, the show-off guy. Yeah, and she's quite worried about Bram now, though, so hopefully he'll be okay. She's starting to worry about him now. Feelings have changed.
Find out. We shall find out. Bram, are you okay? Brammy, are you okay? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Are you okay, Brammy? Wayne, you're up.
Wow. Yeah, I'm Wayne. I play Bram Dipple, the halfling anthropologist ranger, who spends most of his days in the wild befriending goblin clans and bartering peace and diplomacy between the goblins and the humans, or humanoids, should I say. As far as I'm aware, Bram is okay, because I managed to sneak away at the end of the last session. Just as my invisibility was fading, I literally went full tilt down the mountainside. So, as far as I know, I'm on my way back to the village.
When we last saw one, yeah.
But Vara doesn't know, so she's still worried.
Yeah, true.
So, we shall see.
Yeah. Next, why don't we go to Nelly?
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Nelly. I play a human priest named Warson Sumler. She's from another realm. She's really regretting leaving her home and temple, and really hoping that Saint Agnes is watching over her. And as much as Vara enjoyed the games that are happening at this festival, Warson's trying to be a good sport, but she's around heathens, non-God-fearing fearing folks, so she's just trying to stay on the right path. And she's a little bit worried about Brown, but not too much. She's still thinking about her faith and falling off the wagon.
Yeah, it's the festival of Saint Hearn Half-Brother, not of your beloved Saint Agnes.
Right?
Heathens abound. Speaking of heathens, let's go to someone we have missed very much and has rejoined us, Tendai.
Hi, I'm Tendai and I play Lantana, professional heathen. I swear, as soon as Ellie was like heathens, I was like, oh my god, I am literally a heathen by trade. And I am also a bit on Vara's side, where I am plotting probably to poison the very rude man, considering what we've gone through to get these people to safety. And there is concern also about pretty much when anybody's leaving line of sight now, considering how many people we've lost. So there's definitely some trauma in there, kind of like settling in, but they're just trying to make sure that their people are okay.
Well, speaking of trauma, yes, as the group led the refugees of Sixwidows to the town of Drakengrave up in the Highlands, seeking sanctuary. They met a frosty reception, arriving on the eve of a festival of goodwill.
Sorry, can I just interrupt? Just 2 seconds. I just want to say thank you to on your end who gave 10 more subs to the Emerald Collective.
Oh wow!
That's ridiculous. I literally spoke to him earlier because he gave, or they. I'm sorry, I don't actually. Spoke earlier about. I said thank them again for the donations the last time because we were working on a little something. So we give something special for the donations they gave before, and they're like, "Yeah, I gotta try and cool it on donations."
Meanwhile,
we literally spoke. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Sorry.
It's very much appreciated. Yes, and obviously my PC. Thank you, Freya, because my PC is a pile of crap and it's gotten crappier, and so I cannot have Twitch open on this or else it will explode.
Fair.
So thank you for monitoring the chat for me. Yes, and thank you on your end. So we, it was it was a little bit frosty. Case in point, Hamish Hornfoot, the halfling shepherd, who, in his own words, he said that it's very sad that you were slaughtered, but we gotta make sure we have enough to look after our own flock, as he said. So that'll give you the idea of the kind of hospitality you're getting from Hamish Hornfoot, crotchety old bastard that he is. There was some festivities. So you were allowed to sort of stay temporarily. The chieftain of the town, Gideon Ashbourne, had his, he had about a dozen of his own goats slaughtered to feed the Sixwidows refugees, and have given sanctuary for the time being while they sort of, debate amongst themselves and they vote and so on and so on. So while all that was going on, there was the festival, and Bram got a little suspicious because the nearby goblin settlement of Stonehome, home to the Rubblehide goblin clan, they didn't send an envoy or an ambassador to the festival as they normally would. Their absence was noted, and Bram, going to investigate, found sort of no traces of the Rubblehide goblins in the vicinity lately. And after seeing a messenger bird, which would have been a messenger bird from Stonehome, he found it shot dead. He got quite a good result on his check. It was a goblinoid or a hobgoblin forged arrow, he would wager, that shot it down, and sort of disconcerted him. The message had also been taken off the bird's carcass. But following up to Stonehome, under the cover of his invisibility, Bram did see, stepping from the darkened cavern entrance to Stonehome, was a hobgoblin of the Crimson Queen's Ironblood Legion. So it seems that Stonehome has been infiltrated, one way or the other, by the Crimson Queen's forces, some of them at least. So, with that, Bran tore off down the mountain as his invisibility was failing him. While he was away, also, the blacksmith of Drakengrave had a proposition for Vara and Mawson and the others. That she said that within Stonehome, which was previously a dwarven settlement, but the goblins in the area rose up against the dwarves some centuries ago, and now the rest is history. But in that dwarven settlement, there is a part of it which is still sealed off, which is an ancient tomb. It was sealed, and the goblins do not go there because it's guarded, they say, by vengeful spirits of the dwarves. Probably wouldn't take too kindly to the goblins who rose up against their former, dwarven. Some would say neighbors. Some would say, belligerence. The word colonizer might be thrown around, but still, they mightn't take kindly. And she said that, but down there would be some old dwarven technology which she would be very interested in studying. Her interest is academic, but she said if you could maybe get some of this material for her, perhaps she could make, something. There would be weaponry. There would probably be technology of warfare there, which would be of some use to you in your fight against the armies of the Crimson Queen. So that proposition was made, though there was some skepticism, and obviously you're risking a lot, but there mightn't be anything down there. She said, look, if you're going there, if you're heading that direction, just as a sign of goodwill, she was going to offer Warson and Vara a set of chainmail, just as a sign of goodwill, and maybe some other metal goods should they have need of them. So that is where we left off. This is after that conversation, and Warson and Vara and Lantana have been really quite anxiously awaiting Bram's return. Could Lantana, Vara, and Warson each give me a wisdom check, please?
Okay. Wisdom, you better not upset me.
A 9.
Okay, I'll take it. 13. 13's not terrible.
God love Vara.
Got a 12.
Oh no. Our DM has disappeared.
He's still there, I think.
Oh,
He
maybe it's
he's-
just me.
Well, he's there, but he's.
Alright, just realised that I'm. Did I disappear? Why am I disappearing from camera if I go off? If I tab out of video?
Not on
Nope.
stream,
I
no.
don't think so.
Oh.
No.
Not on stream, but on us, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. Sorry, I just wanted to change our music. So Vara, you see a familiar halfling tearing down the mountain. Down the mountain, down the hillside, into the village, sort of barreling towards you. So Bram, you're now approaching the others. Well, you're approaching town anyway. Are you slowing down before you get to town? How are you approaching this?
Well, I mean, I'm always checking behind me to see if there's anyone coming. But I'm trying, like, I know I just did that as a joke, but I am trying to be careful. I'm not trying to attract any attention to me. And I'm trying to kind of make sure that there's nobody following me. But I'm also getting there quickly. So, stealthily.
Okay, could you make a wisdom check of your own?
Okay, wisdom check.
Yeah, could you make a wisdom check of your own?
Grand. Okay, here we
Yeah.
go. Now, for the people on the stream that are wondering if it's not coming across, I'm actually having to use physical dice because Roll20 doesn't like me, so... Oh,
Fair.
That is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Yeah, you are
I rolled an 18 and I
You're-
have a +2.
fairly
Booking it.
nice. You're as confident as you could, reasonably be. That no, you were not followed. In fact, your invisibility had held up. You knew you weren't seen, and you'd be fairly certain you weren't heard either. You made your exit from the threshold of Stonehome. So no, as far as you're concerned, you made it in and out on your reconnaissance mission undetected. So they are none the wiser
And
that you're here.
Retroactively,
Also, sorry, just for those wondering, there was.
retroactively, GM,
Look
could
on,
I
right?
be extra sneaky? Because Bram would do this, right? I want to lay traps as I go. Is that possible? Because that is
Nice,
something Bram
nice,
would
nice.
do. Because I'm a prick. So I'm like, fuck these guys. I'm not. Just in case they catch people off guard, I'm gonna try and trap. And because I have I have the equivalent. I can make traps, so I have like flint and steel. I've got iron spikes. I've got rope. I've got a load of different things, so I could try. And I also still have my bear trap on a rope that we used for the battle. So I was going to kind of try and fashion some traps along the way,
So-
just in case.
along the direct route from. I presume along like the most direct route, the most likely route they would take.
The most like so,
from
because I mean, I
Drakengrave,
remember
well, from
I
Stonehome
remember,
down to Drakengrave.
yeah, I remember tracking up to kind of the mountain. I followed, and I tracked it well enough that I could tell where their footfalls were, and where they approached, and where their kind of main thoroughfare would be. So I kind of would use that knowledge.
I'm
to
gonna
try
say, for the I would say sorry. Well, give me a wisdom check again to see about sort of how effective the placement of these might be. What you would gauge to be the best position to place one.
Okay, that's a 14.
So, yeah, I think you could find some good spots. As well, could you also roll me an intelligence check?
Yes. My intelligence is not so good.
Just curious about.
Although I rolled very well. I have a -2 to intelligence. I rolled a 19.
You
You have
Nice.
amazing dice.
So
I do.
17
well,
on
I
that,
will say,
so-
not to be all activists and all, but this is my Black Lives Matter dice. So
I recognize those dice. I have them too.
Yeah.
I love those dice.
so you know,
They are
um,
awesome,
just all
awesome
I'm
dice.
saying.
So cool.
So they're
Yep.
they're definitely doing me well tonight. So there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
look, so yeah.
Ooh.
I've got the
Yeah.
same set.
Nice one.
I've got the same set. Yeah.
So don't
So,
run
yeah.
away from me now.
Oh no,
Yeah,
come
so-
back, dice.
So
Yeah.
that was a
Okay,
-2 on
okay.
a 19, so 17.
yeah, so is what I just want to see that the kind of like the actual, engineering and of these traps is quite good. With some the tools at hand. I'm gonna say, could you roll me? And I'm gonna assume you can, if any of these traps are unsprung, that you can disarm them and recollect the materials.
Yes, that's the
On the
yeah,
way
that's
back
the
to
hope.
Stonehome. So
Yeah.
could you roll me a D4,
Okay.
plus, and then add 2, so D1 plus 2. A D4 plus 2, sorry. A D4.
6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, you manage like 6 of these traps kind of laid. So it'd give you a +1
Cool.
if you'd say got a 12 or higher, 15 or higher, you'd get a +2 to the. Yeah, so you lay about 6 of these traps. One
Okay.
which includes, say, you'd get the hunting trap as a given anyway. That's already just kind of the bear trap. So yeah, you've placed a few of these as you went, and I'd say by the time you've come back now, it is like sundown.
Okay.
And a lot of people, most of the people have gathered in the center of the town. There's a big bonfire lit. I don't know whether Vara, Force, and Latana, whether the rest of you were partaking in the festivities or while you were waiting for Bram, or whether you've kind of separated yourself a bit.
We had been talking about where he was.
Yeah.
So I wonder, would we have been waiting at the gate, or would we have been trusting that he would have made his own way back?
I don't want to call too much attention to ourselves because we're already, public enemy number 1. So I think I think at least Warsman will try to at least observe the festivities but not participate, and then kind of keep an eye out for Braun.
Barrow will go eat food
kind
and find Hamish.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I think yeah.
So
Food sounds
you,
good.
as you were,
Get me a turkey leg.
No problem.
so I'm gonna say that as you're making your way to Hamish, so since Warson was the one that noticed, actually, I suppose you all got above a 12, so actually you've all spotted Bram in the distance, or a figure you presume to be.
I got a
Bram.
9.
You know, he's
Farah probably
a
didn't.
few hundred feet away.
Are those
Oh, I saw
picture-
9 and 14. Did it roll with
Because-
advantage for some reason?
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know why I took the first one because I thought it was the 9. I thought that was the regular.
I think your settings on like 2 dice, so it must be advantage or something.
Oh yeah, it must be.
character
Must,
sheet.
yeah, it must be rolling advantage as standard. Okay, in which case, yeah, it was a 9. Okay, so not Vara, but Warson and Lantana have both seen Bram, kind of coming down the hill, and while Vara has gone off to get food and find Hamish Hornfoot. So Warson and Lantana, you've spotted Bram. He's making his way towards town.
Okay. At the speed at which Bran is making his way, coming down the mountainside, how much time would we have before he got there? Because Lantana is scheming.
Good question.
I mean, I'd say okay. It's gonna be 4. I rolled a d4. 4 minutes.
Okay.
Because he's not like he's still kind of. I think he's at this stage as well. He's probably a bit wrecked. He's probably been going at a stealthy but steady clip, kind of going down the mountain, and he stopped to do traps. You know.
Okay. So we would have.
So I
seen
think he
him
has now that he's
stopping.
kind of reached the relative safety of the outskirts and everything is fine here. I think Bram is probably slowing, kind of, and probably not wanting to sprint into town and cause a panic. You know. Yeah.
Okay. Kind of spotting this, Lantana is going to also try and kind of keep the peace, you know, try and integrate, I suppose, the other survivors more into the festivities. But there is some not so festive things that I will want to go and do. So I want to go
Okay.
foraging.
And there are other things. Since Lantana was absent as well, maybe there was things you would have done, you know, throughout the day.
Mhm.
You know, I didn't want to make any decisions for Lantana as to what they would do with regards to all the goings on. You know,
Mhm.
so what
I
was
appreciate that.
Lantana doing with regards to all the goings on?
Okay, so they would have definitely marked Hamish in their little book of, okay, I will not forget that slight on my people. And they would want to kind of go around the local area because, like, it wouldn't be too different from where they were, and they'd want to start harvesting different, like, poisonous plants, as well as, like, any sort of, like, venoms and toxins from animals, and trying to find if hedgehogs exist, trying to find hedgehog quills.
What do you do? Oh, I
Because
was
this
gonna
is
ask,
something
what are you
I
doing to those
want
poor
to-
hedgehogs? Okay.
This is something that I want to, like, talk to Bram about.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was about to say if there's a role for this, Bram would have definitely helped. So there would have been because I
If it
think
was-
I did at
Yeah.
one point talk about giving people directions to where there was certain flora and fauna.
Fauna, yeah.
And Bram did a bit of foraging himself with his herbalism to make the stimulant that he gave to yeah. You alright, Fred?
Are you joking there?
Something funny
Just
about the
seen
word
the
stimulant?
comment. It's like, no, not poor Sonic.
So I'm gonna say similar thing. The way herbalism would be intelligent. Could you make me an intelligence check? So actually, sorry, give me 3 intelligence checks, and you can. I'm gonna say you can have advantage on them if Bram is helping you. This was earlier in the day.
Okay. 2, 3. Oh, first one, like
Nice.
anyone.
Those hedgehogs are fucked.
Listen, don't start Mogate all over again, please.
Oh my gosh, Molgate.
Oh no.
Never
Oh,
again.
I was looking at like audio on tabletop audio and other things on Roll20, looking at just potential like tracks for future things, and it was one of the tracks was Cave of the Mole Men, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah. So that is, sorry.
16, 21, and 14 were the
Okay,
were the
and you
highest
had-
out of
oh,
those
and the-
3 rolls. I got a critical success on
Second
them.
was a crit. So you had. Nice. So you had I know you said the first, because I know second you said like anything venomous or poisonous, and then there was something with quills.
Yes.
Was there something else? Was it just kind of general, what other kind of
Yeah, so
any
just
herbs or anything that were around?
well, anything that I could use to kind of like make, just kind of natural little tinctures, remedies that people would use for just kind of little ailments to try and kind of sweeten the townsfolk like towards us. So I'm like, hey, we're not just gonna be here as drains. We really want to help. We want to, we
Yeah.
just want to
So
feel
you're also
safe.
looking for like helpful things for
Like valuable,
like
Yeah, so-
helpful things, and then something poisonous, and then quills.
Yeah, poisons,
That-
venomous, and quills. Yeah.
Okay, so you find all three. So first you find there's like that like up here where it's very windy up in the Highlands,
Mm-hmm.
a bit dry, but so it's often on like cold, windy days as you're coming into that kind of season. It's a big problem. People, dry skin, dry cracked knuckles, elbows,
Salves.
knees. But you find this really, and it's difficult. Actually, it's reasonably difficult to find and process correctly. You find growing on the underside certain rocks as you're picking kind of around the western edge of town. You find this. It's a moss, but it's like a waxy moss. When you get that, but if you can squeeze that without pulverizing it too much, you make this little kind of oil balm. Almost kind of Vaseline-y kind of textured balm. And you it's helpful. That it's a thing that people, they're always helpful. So you can make a few of these balms that people do, and they even put it on chapped lips and things up here, with the winds get strong up in the Highlands. The roll for the poison was quite successful. You find actually two. You find a certain kind of mushroom, which is it's this like it's like 2 shades of green and a very flat cap, kind of wide brimmed, and it is poisonous, like it's toxic, but it's not deadly, but it will give you. And the terrible thing, it tastes really good, but it will give you just days of diarrhea. So it's just like irritated bowels, and but the other thing you find, there's this it's like it's very easily avoidable should you see it, but you do find this certain kind of lichen, which is actually incredibly toxic, and it is deadly. If you were to ingest this, it would not take a lot of it to kill you. So ground up, very carefully, and mixed with a waxy or an oily substance like the leaves, the waxy moss rather, something to bind it. If this could be, applied to something, a wound from this would fester fairly horribly, and because it tends to happen if you ingested it, you would to bleed like you would bleed from your pores. It would poison your blood. It's pretty nasty. And so you find a certain amount of that. I would say you would find. Roll me a d4 twice.
Twice. Got it. Okay, there we go. So I got 2 each time.
Okay. You get 2, so you get you get 2 of this. Now this I'm gonna say I misspoke. It's not necessarily like just a flat cap mushroom. It's a wide cap mushroom, but it kind of curls into this sort of like almost kind of like a trough, shape. So you get you get 2 doses, enough to have 2 doses of latrine mushroom, latrine cap. They call it.
Latrine cap.
And you get two doses of blood flake poison,
Ooh.
which will cause flaking of skin from the body and bleeding from the preceded by bleeding from the pores. So 2 doses of blood flake poison and 2 doses of, say, mushroom laxatives.
And in terms of the doses.
And then.
Oh, sorry, carry on. No, I was just gonna ask,
No.
how much of a dose would kill a person, or, yeah. Just asking for a friend.
If you fed somebody a dose of the blood flake poison, if they had a weak constitution, and they didn't, get immediate medical intervention, it's a good chance it would just kill them outright. Just a normal person. Now, on a wound, like if it was applied to a dart or an arrow or a weapon, it could certainly cause enough damage to kill them. Again, it's going to depend on someone's constitution, but I mean, theoretically, this stuff is avoided. So, given such a wide berth, because you could theoretically, if you ingested it, you could die. Especially if you're out in the wilds, you could very easily ingest it and die a very painful death. Within 48 hours.
Okay, that's good to know.
Then you couldn't. I mean, if you gave somebody like a lot of the laxative, you could kill them.
Oh yeah, severe
but,
dehydration. Yeah. Dehydration.
So theoretically, yeah, 2 doses at once wouldn't kill them.
Very undignified way
but
to
yeah,
go.
two doses at once. Yeah, two doses at once would take it from horrible, uncomfortable prank to like maybe like a bit like they maybe have a bit of a nastier time, as well as just shitting. They they would be quite dehydrated and fairly painful cramps. They mightn't be able to get out of bed for a few days. And then there aren't hedgehogs up here, but there's nothing. There's nothing like a hedgehog, but there is a certain kind of bird, which have quills on basically its tail feathers, like out in a fan. You know, they have these fairly pronounced long quills. Now, I'm going to say, I'm going to need you to give me, I suppose, I'm gonna say you've already had a check to sort of locate this thing. I'm gonna say give me a dex check to try and pluck. Unless you want to kill this thing, you know, unless you want to kill the bird.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Fire a
I
spell
wouldn't
at
want
it
to
or
kill it.
something.
I'd be trying to find I'm trying to harvest from an already dead bird, essentially. If there's something that's dead, I'll take it from there. If not, I wouldn't kill for them.
Okay.
But I will dex check.
Okay, you can find a living one and give me a dex check to try and.
21.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you find a living one and you and you manage to get like you're going and trying to be very deft and you're only planning to get one, but in trying to grab a hold of this bird at the base of its tail feathers in order to pluck one, you grab it just right, and actually just by pure luck they all slip off at the base, and so you get all 4 of its tail quills.
I hope it's molting.
Now they will, and as you realize, yes, you figured if you took one from the middle, it would still be able to fly, but yes, as you do, you realize they're molting. This is why they came off so easily.
Okay.
So you have 4 of these quills. They'll act like darts for a blowgun.
Mm-hmm.
You could use them as a needle for any kind of things. You could theoretically turn them into an arrow if you had a piece of wood.
Yeah, deadly. Perfect. Thank you.
I love it.
So it was a good day of foraging. Is Warson doing a Warson seeing? Well, is Lantana? If you see you're waiting for Bram to make his way down, presumably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or you wait up to meet him. And
I'd
for
kind
the
of
same
wait
for
with the
Warson, are
people.
you approaching or? Okay.
I would say when
You wanna be the
Warson
people up?
sees Bram.
No, never.
I'll say when Warson sees Bram making his way down, she's actually going to whisper an oath under her breath, saying to Saint Dragons, "I promise it's not what it looks like," and she's gonna down the stimulants that he gave her, because the way Bram is moving down the mountain, it looks like he's at the speed he's going at, something's happening, something's gonna go down. So she's realized she might need to use a stimulant to have all her spidey senses alerted. So and she's really hoping that Saint Dragons does not judge her too harshly for taking stuff from the weird kid at the party.
Your body's a temple.
I gotta get the
It is!
clip up, and I was
haunted
just
house.
reminded of Saint Dragons. We have the kids here, they're doing drugs.
Yes, please pick me up. They're being weird. Yeah. That's what Warson's doing. She's
so
acting
Bram,
cool.
you. Yeah, we're cool. Okay. Thankfully, nobody sees you acting cool.
I really hope not.
Nobody witnesses you trying to act cool while making this divot. So Bram, you've made your way down anyway towards Drakengrave. You're now coming into the town. You could, as you were approaching, you could see Warson and Lantana, from up at your vantage. So, what's Bram doing now as he comes back?
Okay. So we're making random signals that each other. Warson's trying to Sasha was I never learned thieves' cant. I don't know what this is, but okay, it seems legit, and she's gonna follow. I'm gonna tap Lantana's shoulder gently, and kind of gesture as well to follow.
Mhm.
Wait, how far away is Vara? Vara went to go get food, and she didn't bring back my turkey leg, so okay, we'll find her later, I guess. We can...
Yeah, we'll circle around and find Vara, but we should definitely see what's happening. Lantana is going to just kind of disengage, kind of smiling politely, mess around with the kids, kind of scaring them so they run away screaming, as they head to the gate nonchalantly.
Suspicious.
as they-
Don't be suspicious.
Yeah.
Graham, yeah.
And if they're kind of approaching, I kind of stand over in a doorway or a kind of a shaded nook of the side of one of the buildings, kind of off the main thoroughfare. And it's I kind of called them over, I did a wee bit of a recce up the mountain, and it's not good news. Got a wee bit of a problem.
Okay.
This Crimson Queen's army, they have taken over the Goblin settlement north of here, up the mountain.
No.
They're bedded in, they're underground. I saw one hobgoblin out, like a scout or a watch or whatever. I was quiet, they didn't see me. But I've laid traps down the mountain, covering my tracks. I made sure nobody was following. So we've got a few options here, right? We can tell the townsfolk or the elders and make them aware of the problem, or
No.
we can sort it out ourselves quietly, smoothly. Small group, head up there, scout it out, find out what the problem is, and if it's too great an army for 4 of us to handle, we then come back. But I don't know. I mean, I'm a ranger. I'm a loner. I generally don't have to deal with large groups like this, so I'm gonna kind of leave it up to you to make a choice. I mean, I'm with you because the Goblin clan need to be saved or rescued, or something needs to be found out what's happening to them. And that's my job. But I'll follow you lead wherever you may want to go. In fact, up there.
Well, we can't alarm the townsfolk. That'll just result in pandemonium. But we should at least let the elders know and let their security head, their head of security, at least know so they can be prepared.
I'd agree. There's too many here that have probably never seen
Actual,
fight a day in their life. If we tell them that the scouts are here, first they're going to turn on our people, saying that we brought them here, even though we know that they were going to end up here anyway. Whether they slaughtered our entire town or not, this was always going to be their path. So letting the elders know they might have somewhere where they can keep
hide or
safe.
take shelter.
Exactly.
I just want to know why they didn't come here first. Why did they go to the Goblin settlement? It's just
I'm
too. I mean, it's
worried.
They probably thought the goblins would protect the townspeople.
Or maybe they've joined forces. For all we know, they've been taken in by the Crimson Queen.
No, I refuse to believe that. They're a peaceful settlement. They're a peaceful clan. They don't look for problems.
Okay.
Is there some? I mean, there has to be a reason why they skipped past here, went up the mountain, and went down into a goblin settlement that's buried in a mountain.
Well,
I mean, I know a bit about. I mean, would Bram know, GM, about that dwarven? underground
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
settlement?
Yeah.
okay, yeah, because Warson's gonna go full tilt and actually mention the local blacksmith did mention that there are meant to be these mythical dwarven items or technologies. Can we do a walk and talk? I'm at this point while we're talking, I'm kind of panically walking, looking for Vara as well.
Yes,
'Cause-
we should get Vara
Yeah.
to the elders, and we should, if they're going for the weapons,
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
need to
the
move.
townsfolk
Yeah.
won't stand a chance. So
GM, what would Bram know about the dwarven runes? Would he know more about them, or would he have a better idea of them?
He would probably know, a fair bit of what the goblins would know. And then again, even this is hundreds of years, in the past being passed down, oral tradition. There's that specific part is the dwarven tombs. Now, obviously, certain things, buried down there, even certain master works of craftsmanship might have been buried with certain dwarves, that may have created them in their life. Just other things, it wasn't uncommon for the dwarven noble houses to have a golem of sorts, like an iron golem, that they would, it's sort of like an attendant, it would be a big point of pride. And these things, obviously, as long as the house persisted, would be passed down. It's possible that, with extinct noble houses and things, their golems would be charged with, watching over a tomb. And who knows what technology might be down there, you couldn't be sure. But you do know that whereas much of the settlement, which was renamed Stonehome when the goblins sort of made it their own, again, has been made their own, and after hundreds of years, it's a goblin settlement. But this place, they never went down there. And I mean, for all you know, it could just be a superstition. It's been hundreds of years to say, oh, well, we don't go down these vengeful spirits of the dwarves,
Okay.
the local shaman, the shaman of the Rubble Hides.
Okay.
No, they don't go near the place. The shaman of the Rubble Hides, just like all the shamans before her, the shaman Theo, she would have been convinced if you had asked her, she would have said, oh yeah, well, it would be, it's not a good idea to go down there, because we're the descendant, the dwarves take their ancestor worship very seriously. We are the descendants of, as far as those old, she was of the opinion, as far as those old dwarven, spirits are concerned, as just as their descendants would be, a direct line from them, we the descendants of the goblins that took Stonehome, we might as well be, it doesn't matter that there's generations and generations past, like we might as well be with the same blood, we might as well be the same ones, it might as well have happened yesterday as far as the old spirits are concerned. So she does not think it would be a good idea for goblins of her clan to venture down there.
Okay.
Even if they didn't die, they would probably be cursed some way. And so it's always been the doctrine of the kind of, faith leaders, the shamans in the Rubblehide clan, to essentially the place to be taboo. I'm sure goblins have gone in there in the past, as you say this ancient tomb is off limits.
Yeah.
Some goblins going to go in there. I'm sure others have in the past, adventurers.
I'll relay that.
None in her recent memory.
Yeah, I'll relay that to the group as we're talking, and if they bring up the dwarven ruins, I'd be like, well,
Yeah.
the goblins, then they go down there, they're afraid it's all these mystical, you're gonna die, and not nice.
So it's
don't like it.
superstition, or is it
Aye.
real?
Well, I mean, the place is real. It exists. It's there. But the goblins hate it. They don't go near it. They're all scared. It gives them the willies. It's like it's not a nice place. So they wouldn't go near it. So if
Certainly no
if
good place for the Rubblehides anyway.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They'd stay well clear. So if the Crimson Queen knows about it and there's weapons down there, it makes sense why she'd bypass here. But if she finds weapons down there, this will be the first place she'll test them on.
Exactly. That
guarantee.
means
Yeah.
time
Well,
is of the essence then.
Vara,
Have
as
you-
you're looking for, Vara has been waiting in line for a turkey leg for 8 minutes. And Vara,
Unacceptable.
you can smell the turkey. The person ahead of you has just gotten their turkey leg. They're taken. They have just. You've been watching this bird in the back. It's just ready. It is so fresh. You can hear the skin crackling. The juice is dripping into the fire, and they pull it up front to now serve this one. They pull off a fresh leg just as you're standing up to the counter, and as the smell hits your nostrils, you hear Warson. And Warson starts pulling you away from the counter. And someone immediately steps in front of you in your place in line.
I wouldn't take away the turkey.
It's okay.
No.
It's
You
okay.
Steve,
So
no,
funny.
you see,
That's
you
perfect.
Steve.
That's
Just,
perfect.
just no.
We have to go.
She's like, don't make a scene. They already hate us. What?
Conceal, don't feel.
Let it show.
We can't let it show. We have to be nice to these
Let
people.
the leg go.
Let the leg.
Imagining
Oh my gosh! Let the
Vara's
leg go.
book smile. You know.
GM, can I stealthily try to
Politician
steal a
smile.
turkey leg?
Yeah, go on, give me a dex check.
If Vara smells the turkey leg,
She's taking.
That's a flat 16 because I've got nothing to dex. 16.
Ooh.
That's a good
You're
roll.
good. They're far too busy with the line in front of
Yeah.
them. You snag a turkey leg.
These are really good.
she's gonna stare right at you, Warson, going,
I'm starving. I've been running up and down that mountain for the day.
Wait,
You want
where
some?
did he get the? Yeah, where did he get the turkey leg? Vara, I thought I asked you to. It's okay. We'll talk about this.
with the line, with the. Oh, this better
Well,
be
well,
important.
it's okay. I'm not upset with you. I'm just a little disappointed, but it's we'll talk about that later. But we have a big problem. I'm gonna try.
We're gonna have a bigger problem.
I want to try to herd Vara to the others.
She'd be like, why are you pulling at me? Because she's now hangry. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, Kate said Mom does. Thank God Warson doesn't know Vara's middle name, or else if she had added that on.
Mm.
You know.
But we have a problem.
Is it Hamish? Do you want me to take care of him? I'll kill him.
Well, maybe later, but
Oh, okay.
it's the Crimson Queen. So then we think she's actually at the probably nearest town from here, and we need to be calm about it because we're going to not alarm anyone. And she's looking at Vara directly. Remember, we don't want to
We're
call attention
learning.
to ourselves, and we don't want to panic anybody. But on the inside, I'm panicking. So you're okay. It's okay if you panic, but we can't panic on the outside.
Oh, I'm not gonna panic. I'm gonna kick her ass.
Yeah, that's the
We
that's
can't
the
let these
energy we
people.
need.
We can't let these people that we have saved. So how far away is the next town? Like what do we know?
Bram.
And a couple of hours. A couple of hours of a hike.
It's part of the Rubblehide Goblin settlement. It's a couple of hours hike up the mountain. It's easy trekking. It's not hard. It's not difficult. If we hoof it, we'll probably get there in about maybe two hours, roughly. I mean I double timed it down, but it'll be more difficult going back up. I've laid out a path. I've actually set traps as well, so we may get an early warning if anyone's sending down scouts to maybe scout out the town, because right now, as the sun is going down, with all these fires, it's like a beacon in the night, so they're
Yeah.
gonna see it, and all this
Okay.
partying.
Vara will ask Bram though as well, going, do you have that magic stuff where you can sense alarms?
I mean, no.
Okay.
I don't
So
know
we'll
what
just
that
find
is.
them on the way up.
Wait,
okay.
Magic is not my thing.
Neither am I. That's why I didn't know. Just checking.
What? Did that stimulant that you gave me, Bram? I drank it, and
What did
Well,
you
that-
drink?
he gave me. I look up, wearing it. He gave me something, and I didn't want to call attention to it, but I hope it doesn't make me feel
I
achy.
think he gave it to Vara as well.
Yeah,
What?
it's
She'll probably have forgotten because she wanted the
Yeah.
food.
Can't be surprised for 5 rounds. So I think if we're going to go up here and we're trying to be stealthy, I think hold on to it till we get into the thing. So you can't be surprised. You're not going to go, then jump out on you. So
It's too late. Warson took
Oh.
it.
Sorry, just hate to roll together RPG Raiders.
hello.
Hi.
Hey folks,
Hi.
we are playing ShadowDark,
Oh, nice.
and a fight is about to break out over a turkey leg. Someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
Vara's like the hound right now.
Someone.
We'll be
There's
like,
gonna be so many people that are gonna
No.
die.
You're gonna die from some turkey legs. Someone is.
She's not even sorry about it.
No, really isn't.
It's like that queue at like a concert where you're waiting for like the really, really crap hot dogs or something. You've been
Yes,
waiting
but
for
there's-
20 minutes, and just as
Oh,
that like your favorite
yeah.
band starts, so you have to run. And you're just
And
like,
eat a 23 quid hot dog.
yeah.
Oh, super
Yeah.
overpriced
And so
nasty
dry
as
as
F.
fuck.
Oh, they're
Yes.
terrible.
Yeah.
But
So-
okay, right.
Ooh.
You
Let's pack and go.
So as you're seeing things out, you see kind of passing, nearby. You might have to jog to catch them. Is and actually, I suppose T wouldn't be familiar because I don't think he showed up. He wouldn't have showed up in is only in recent sessions. You see the head of the Drakengrave's town guard. He's actually he's a hobgoblin. Rare out in these parts. He's the hobgoblin Dorian Rezka, an older, rather sort of military officer seeming hobgoblin, straight back, and he's got a distinguished blue nose against his sort of burnt orange skin. You see him sort of doing his rounds. Everyone else is
Perfect.
sort of enjoying festivities. He's still with his hands behind his back. Well, one hand behind his back, one hand on the pommel of his saber as he's kind of strolling.
Warson's gonna rush towards him easily.
Do you mean you rush? Do you rush towards him?
Like, do you actually like run up to him like?
No, not like obviously not like I'm gonna try like attack you, but move quick, kind of like speed walking towards him. Let's say. Again, try to act calm
Yeah.
amongst the other people, but
Give me a
Clearly-
wisdom check as
Okay.
you approach him. As you sort of do the
I'm just imagining
the
Olympic
Bryan
speed
Cranston Hal speed walking.
walking.
am I capable of speed? Oh, 13. That's not terrible. Okay, I'll take that.
You can see he clocks you at the corner of his eye. He turns. He remains sort of, ramrod, straight backed. But you do notice the grip on his pommel tightens like ever so slightly. He kind of tenses a little
Ooh.
at somebody approaching from, from his periphery.
Sir?
You see those soldier reflexes
Mm.
don't really, die hard. He kind of tenses and then he looks. He says, yes. He says, is something wrong?
Yes. Can we speak to you? Bram has noticed something, and I think you definitely need to know about this. But the other elders too. The Crimson Queen is near, very
What?
near, as in
Just-
the next. Yeah, the next town
Just-
over near.
Get your
Yes,
team,
yes,
keep
yes.
calm.
Yes, he says. He looks. He looks and he kind of catches someone in the distance, and he gives a little. I can't do it. He, whistles.
Oh yeah, that
Someone else.
special.
Hey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nope.
They.
I'm not even gonna try. It's like,
Kind of towns. A rather, fed up looking town guard jogs over because there's a couple of them here, sort of just making sure nobody gets too rowdy and they can't join the festivities themselves. So he jogs up and he's, yes sir, yeah. He says, I need you to take command from it. He's like, there is just a matter that I need to discuss with our guests. Says there is, I will not be long. I must gather chieftain, and I must gather the other council members. Says, there is no immediate alarm. Says, but just act as if nothing is wrong. Make sure people are making merry. Says, but said just let the others know, but be quiet about it.
And be on your guard, because if anything happens to the people we have brought here, I will blame you.
Pressure, no
He
pressure.
tries to kind of put the hand up towards Vara. But he says he turns and they're just about. He says, "Okay." He says, well, there's the Gideon is due to preside over the festivities. He says, but come if we are quick, so we can come. So he goes. He leads you to the council chambers. He also gathers up the Sixwidows, kind of elders, the Iran, the blacksmith that was there, Talbot the druid, and others. So, in a matter of 10 minutes, you're all gathered again in the long hall where you were just last night. And as you do, you can see one of the last to shuffle in is Hamish Hornfoot, along with. Yeah, I know.
How is he
along
still
with-
alive?
Along with Sister Edith.
Oh.
Sister
the
Edith, and Blair Buzzer, or Buzzer, the owner of the inn. They look rather put out, They've been, as does Orna Stormhawk, the Windsinger bard. They seem particularly sort of put out that they've been called away from the festivities. It's a very important cultural event. Hamish is saying.
I was just gonna ask, does Hamish have by chance a drink with him?
No, we need him alive.
We really don't.
He does.
He does have a drink
He's
with him.
carrying a horn of a rather long. It looks like his own. Like it's from like some long horn, goat. And he's
That wouldn't
carrying
be
this
see-through.
massive
It's not a
drink.
transparent
Just-
vessel.
Just to clarify, he's carrying his own horn.
he is it's long.
Okay, so the
Not to teach his own horn or anything, but
the
yeah.
Yeah.
easiest way to get to him would be through flattery. Got it. Okay.
Okay,
see
yeah.
where-
So they're and he's coming in. He says, what is this tripe being dragged out here? We're about to light the last fire, for God's sake."
With your whining little one.
What's it? Yeah. What's she doing there? What's all this about?
It's
They're causing
important.
trouble, are they?
No,
Well,
we're
it's
trying to
saying-
save your lives.
He says,
Everyone's
"We're not
Everyone's
supposed to be
lives.
heading into the pub. What are we doing here? And,
Ooh. Can I-
Dorian is saying,
Mm.
"Shh, he says, please, let's keep our voices down."
We are
Before you
trying to
lose your
help.
tongue.
I want to just kind of work my way closer to Hamish. While he's being all grumpy and disgruntled, and I'm not going to poison him with
He
Okay.
got a
deadly
5 on
one.
his wisdom check, so give me a dex just for stealth.
Ooh, that's a
Well, like kind of a little sleight of hand.
Oh my
Come
goodness.
on.
Oh, that's good. That's
was that?
dangerous.
I got a 15.
Well, 15 you because again the an easy check in we're talking like 9. It's not like 5e numbers are a bit higher. So 15's a good result.
Mhm.
So yeah, you a little sprinkle.
Well,
of
I'm kind of gonna
laxative.
get
Sprinkle,
beside
sprinkle.
him and be like, "Oh, you look really nice today, Hamish." Like laying thick. The charm is being laid on thick, like
Yeah. He says, "Boy, I'm a married man, you wee trollop.
And Vara will think you are very drunk. Like, what has she been drinking?
Well,
I don't know, but we need to focus. We need to
Okay,
focus.
okay, and like
I love to
I'm-
see
I'm
everyone
gonna-
is like lantern.
I'm gonna hold my hands up, and as the hands go up, like it's gonna be a little poof into
Yeah.
the horn, and I walk away and be like, I just wanted to pay the man a compliment. Doesn't mean I wanted to sleep with him. I have standards, you know.
God, I mean, I know this could
Good
be
to
our
know.
last night alive, lantern.
Oh, if you were the last person on this realm, I would rather run into the deep, happily naked as a newborn babe.
Wow. Just
This-
Wow.
And then he turns to Blair, Buzzer, the old crotchety proprietor of the tavern. He says, maybe she could be my next wife. She sounds like Bessie. and Buzzer's there.
Oh God.
She says,
I'm going to
"Ah,
kill
you
them
like-
all.
you
Yeah.
sure know how to pick him, Lantana.
Yeah.
This is all well and good, but can we focus on the imminent danger that's kind of encroaching on the
That's-
situation?
Yes, yes.
As
That's what
Bram
I'm
says
saying.
that,
Yes.
Gideon Ashbourne, the chieftain, kind of walks in with his two honor guard. Two of them, they stand outside the door. And he says, "Yes, that sounds like a good idea." Looking again splendid in his regalia, with his ash grey and ember orange tartan. And you can see he's got his stone grey dreadlocks and his beard are now today, where they weren't before, they're sort of, bound up in certain places with bright, some kind of gold, but some kind of like rose gold. It shines almost orange, bound up, and he's looking a little more, dressed up for the occasion, and he's wearing rings, which he wasn't, bar one or two, like a signet ring that he had. He's not, he's wearing other rings as he walks in, and they're closing the doors. He turns to what's his name? He turns to a human, kind of like late middle-aged human man, and puts a hand on his shoulder and sort of whispers something to him and gives a kind of a gesture of like, puts his hands up like, I'll be fine, just, and you hear me, and kind of shoos him away as he's closing the doors, and then he comes in. Bram, you've been around here before. You would recognize that man as Gideon's husband, Clyde. The doors close. And he says, "So, I hear we've had some grave news."
Yes.
I've been up the mountain. I placed a message drop for the Rubblehide clan to make them aware that the festival's going on, because usually they send an emissary of sorts, and then I found out
Aye.
through your captain of your guards that there was no emissary, and there was also no reply from said clan. So that had me worried. I made the trek, and I discovered that the clan's settlement in the mountain seems to have been overrun by some of the forces of the Crimson Queen, at least some. I don't know how many, and that's what we're here to try and ascertain, because the last thing we need is them descending from the mountain on this town.
That is true. I admit, I wasn't too concerned when we did not receive a reply. Has happened once or twice in the past. Not during my tenure as chieftain, but it's been known to occur. And their absence today, I admit I was growing concerned, but I thought perhaps there was a thorny political issue that would need to be smoothed over. Nothing of this severity. So, forces of the Crimson Queen in Stonehome, you say? He gestures to Dora and he says, "We need all the guard on watch tonight." He says, "I don't care if they're drunk. Give them, give them some stimulant tea and a slap in the face and get them on the perimeter tonight. We need to fortify the defenses, get the barricades ready. We need to lock this place down. But try not to spread too much panic. See to it in the morning. I don't see them marching down the mountain in the middle of the night, but we'll have the watch ready in case. We should see them coming."
I might be able to help with your more inebriated guards. And I kind of take out my kind of potion pack. I'm going to start trying to make up some stimulants.
Well, thank you. There's now, and there's sort of some rumblings amongst the guards, and they said, Hamish said, "See, I told ya, they brought him up the mountain with them."
She was coming anyway. She would have been here either way. You're
Dorian
lucky we're
says,
here to tell you.
Told you that.
Instead, he says, "No, we do not know that. As I said my piece last night, eventually she was to make her way up into the
Exactly.
Highlands. Now, admitted, I did not think it would be so soon. And why Stonehome, I am not entirely sure. Perhaps looking for allies.
Hang on a second. They're near going to be trying to recruit the Rubblehides. I think we all know what they're doing up there. They're excavating the dwarven ruins for these rumored weapons. I mean,
It
the
makes
goblins
sense.
are going to try and steal them. They're afraid. They think it's like all haunted and shite. But this Crimson Queen, she's not going to care about that. She's going to send her people up there. They're going to excavate. Oh, by the way, I've got 3 stimulants. 2 doses apiece. Give them to your guards. I rolled 3 times, and
Nice.
I managed to beat the DC of 13 3 times. I got a 13,
Damage.
a 14, and a 19. So
This-
I hand over 3 stimulants to Gideon to give to the guards.
Yeah, so they're all kind of distributed, and so there's a bit of yammering back and forth. There's from the Sixwidows contingent. I think like Jesus says, followed us up here. Gideon says, fortunately, says, certainly not until we're ready, but can't spare my town's guard to go up into Stonehome and take on the Crimson Queen's legionnaires. I was thinking about securing Drakengrave. We don't have exactly a standing army. If it comes to it, our best bet is to fight here on home turf with our own militia. So I'm not sure. He kind of looking at all, I'm afraid that and he's looking at, I can see that he looks at Vara. I can see that look in your eyes. And I'm afraid that if you go venturing up into the Highlands, into the mountain, looking for vengeance, I'm afraid I can spare no reinforcements.
Don't need reinforcements. You just protect the people that we brought here.
That's all we ask.
We never asked for ourselves. And we never brought the fight here. Like, this is... Protect the people. I will go. And I can scout and I can see.
and I know the way, and I know that settlement. And GM, just wondering on that, I would know how big the interior of the goblin settlement would be, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
So Bram would know how many the settlement could house, as in the amount of people that could be in there. So I know the population of the goblins.
Yeah.
On top of that, then, if there's no camp of the Crimson Queen outside the encampment and they're all inside, could I take a guess on how big the force is, given that they had to fit them all inside that settlement, as well as the goblins?
Yeah, I would say give me either an intelligence check or a wisdom check with disadvantage, as the difference between sort of like doing a real rational logical calculation or kind of getting a feel for it, which would be more or not disadvantage. I'll just set a lower or a higher DC for wisdom check.
Okay, can I use one of my boons on this, please?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a wisdom because I've got a much better wisdom than I have int. So here we go. And what is the boon? The boon is a what? D6 or D4?
D4.
D4.
Okay. Okay. That is a 12 on the roll. And then a 4 on the D4.
Yeah.
So that is a 16 in total. And I can take a picture of that if you want and send it to you.
No. Oh, good. 16 in total. That's wisdom, is it?
Yes. And I have a plus 1 to... Sorry. So 16 on the roll and I have a plus 1 to wisdom. So 17 total.
Perfect. So, let me just think. Estimating. I mean, if they really squeezed in, certainly like goblins, there's about, you think maybe on, is there maybe in and around 100 rubble-hide goblins, in the settlement? Maybe less. You don't have like an exact head count, but if you were to kind of guess, in and around that. There's not much in the way of kind of overflow. You'd say, I mean, you could comfortably get 3 dozen crimson, Ironblood soldiers in there, maybe up to 100. Also depends what they're bringing. They could fit more goblins, but fewer bugbears. And speaking from the others, you've been known that some of the hobgoblin legions as well will employ ogres and other so depends what they've brought and how many provisions they've brought.
Okay.
You'd say between, if you had to guess, between maybe between 30 to 50 or 60 they could field in there.
I did the maths in my head, like that calculation meme of everyone trying to figure out stuff, and it's like Bram turns to, it's like, I know that settlement, and they could have between 30 to 60 Crimson Queen followers in there back then. That's if they haven't already murdered the entire goblin settlement and wiped them out.
In which case they could fit a lot more in. That's how many they would have if all of the rubble hides are alive.
Yeah. I mean, they might try to recruit them, and the rubble hides will help them go, and then they just kill them all. And I know that the rubble hides are not going to dig deep down into that settlement, the dwarven settlement, so there's no massive tunnels out of there. So I would suggest that we go and scout it out for now and try to surmise how many there are and if the rubble hides are still alive. If the rubble hides are not alive, what I would suggest we do is blow the entrance to the tunnel and seal them all in the caves and let them fucking rot.
I'm here for that.
I like that plan.
Yes.
That sounds good. As long as they don't have access to the dwarven mythical weapons, that sounds great.
Screw that at this point, as long as our people are okay. We can always come back for that after.
Well, those weapons might be their way out if
That's
they
what
have
I'm
access to
thinking.
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seal them
does,
in. Yeah. That's good.
does anyone have any idea what kind of weapons we're talking about? I mean, I know myths and legends about dwarven armor and big lovely mallets and hammers, but I didn't know anything about the general. I couldn't give you a statistical sheet about what I can do.
There was mention of golems of sorts as well, so they'd have their own potential.
Own army.
Yeah, their own army of metal of sorts. So that's a threat. But I think sealing them in is good, and then we find a way to get to the mythical weapons before them. I don't know.
Or if we sneak in there, because there's less of us, we might have the advantage of getting to the weapons. If anyone here would have any idea as to where we might find them, we might have that we might just have that slight bit of advantage in getting to those weapons before they do. And if we do, happy days, we can kill them in the tunnels.
The elders.
Bram would know where
they...
Bram would know how to get to at least the kind of antechamber before the tombs, the room where the entrance to the tomb is, but he wouldn't have been allowed in.
Okay.
Okay.
Not that he wouldn't have been allowed just into the tomb, but like the room before the tomb, he wouldn't have been. It was like they don't really go into that room either.
I never got into the tomb where it happens, so.
What?
Oh God.
Why?
But you would know how to get there.
Oh God. Clipping that.
Do the elders look? Do the elders look like they're kind of on board with this idea? Or does the mention of the weapons seem to like trigger some sort of response from the elders?
So, as you're talking, the ones, the council members who were sort of in favor of welcoming the refugees and you lot, are in agreement. They sound, in agreement with this plan of, that sounds like a good plan, and kind of that would help. Let's gear up. We got to figure out what to do about these. I just, I don't want to, take a few minutes of me voicing, talking several minutes as 12 different NPCs.
Fair.
I'll spare you that. And then even some of the Hamish, who has been chugging this ale. He,
Poor bastard.
even they are a bit more kind of they seem to have no problem with you going up there and getting yourselves killed.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're out of the town, it's fine. Now they are saying that there's a bit of they're putting forward the case that, well, especially now, if this is exactly what I said, if we're hunkering down and we're going to have to repel an enemy force, or we're going to have to go into a siege, we can't have all these extra mouths to feed, But look, Gideon has said, look, we agreed, it's been settled that, for at least we told them that they would have temporary sanctuary. We can't really go back on our word now and say, boot them out, throw them out to the wolves. So that's kind of the feeling there. Nobody is objecting. Nobody certainly is objecting to the party venturing off to Stonehome.
A question then that Vara would maybe ask Bram of going, instead of coming from this direction in case they do spot us and just automatically think it's coming from this village, could we go, is there another ring road, for lack of a better word, to come up another side to view them? So if we are spotted, they'll think we're coming from somewhere else that we're completely different.
Bram, I mean, you could take a longer,
Yeah.
more
So
circuitous
there,
route, but obviously
Like
would
an
just take
hour or
longer.
so out of the way, even.
Yeah, so I found 2 different routes up there, didn't I? There was the main route that I was initially taking where I found the bird, and then I kind of turned off and went to
Yeah.
a route where they had come up around another mountain and things. So there's actually 2 routes towards it, the completely direct route, and they'll both lead to
It'd
where
be-
we're going.
Depending your pace, it'd be 2 or 3 times as long. Certainly, if you were going that, I mean, where are the party's head at with regards to, like, are we strapping on our sword belt and like trekking up the mountains like right now, or is this rest up, head at first light?
Bram's like, I think we need to definitely rest because I would like to re-energize myself because I've just spent my day trekking up and down the mountain. But also, I was going to ask you, we are doing this to protect obviously our people, but also your people as well. So maybe some supplies, maybe some mountain goat mounts would be nice that we could maybe ride up the mountain.
That would be
to
nice. I love
post-haste.
the imagery of that. That sounds cool.
Yep.
So I mean, a few supplies, maybe some weaponry. No, I'm not talking about like your entire arsenal. Just some, extra daggers, some, poison darts or whatever, and
Bram,
some
could
extra
you make
cloaks
me a
against the cold,
charisma
and some
check?
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
I got my +2 on charisma.
Yeah, because Wayne found the original Bram character sheet with some stats are worse, some are better.
Okay, I got a 12 on the dice and +2, so 14.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there's a bit of certainly said, look, we'll spare what provisions we can, but of course, as I've said, we have to prepare ourselves for a siege. And he's kind of thinking as he says that, he says the mounts. It's kind of through a bit of kind of calculus in his head, but Aaron the blacksmith from Sixwidows, he pipes up and he says, he says, I did turns to kind of you and he says, well, Deirdre had already promised some chainmail and some other bits and bobs in the way of metallic weaponry. He said maybe that would ease the load, Chief Ashbourne. He says, if he said, well, there's already the promise has already been made by Deirdre. If she's all right with that, with sending you off with those, and perhaps I could push to get you. I said, well, certainly not prize mounts, but could get you something to get you up the mountain faster. I'll see to it.
Thank you. Okay, we should prepare.
Best we can, yes.
Okay.
Well, speaking of preparing, I think it's about time. Probably took a break. Also, at the end of, if you've traversed the Underhollow up the mountain, you fought the Beastmen on the way to Drakengrave, and now on the threshold of venturing into Stonehome to tackle the Ironblood Legion of the Crimson Queen once again. I also think it's about time we hit level 3.
Boom!
So
Yes!
we're gonna level up on stream, and I'm gonna give party members, folks. Do you want to level up before or after taking a break? I know, Nelly, you have to head a bit early for the last hour of the game. So would you rather level up, and then if we take a break, and you can say goodbyes before then, and then if you can, we'll carry on after the break without Nelly? What do you think?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
That works.
works.
Yeah, and I'll just take over Warson for the.
For me. Don't let me die. You better not let me
Absolutely
die.
not.
Oh,
I
before
Hamish is the
Before the
only one
break?
that will die.
Yeah, and as you're saying that,
On the toilet.
as as you kind
On
of
the
move
crapper.
out of the long hall to go to your own little encampment and do your bits, you're gonna get some rest. Vara, run some drills, and Lantana, you kind of the day of foraging, you're kind of picking over things and all of your little spell components and performing some rituals. At which point, inspiration comes, and perhaps in the morning you'll have new spells. Warson is, praying to Saint Drakengrave, praying really hard,
Yeah.
and in that moment, it's in this trial, as you put your head down, you slip into a dream. You dream of Saint Drakengrave. You feel her light sort of wash over you, and in that moment of communion, you can feel your godly divine powers surging, and Bram is just before bed. All that day of trekking up the hills and laying traps, doing his ranger thing.
Bram is just taking a piss in a field, and he's just relaxing.
That is how a ranger levels up.
That's
Wow.
so. Bram is just in a field, just looking at the sunset, just pissing, and then it's just like a really long piss.
That is you did your adventure in for the day. So as you're all centering yourselves, just before you leave to go do that, as you're leaving, you just hear this kind of, when you hear Hamish go,
Bubble guts. Bubble guts. No.
Oh, no, that
Just
didn't
as you-
sound good.
Oh, really, Lantana?
Sound
Hey,
fine to me.
Hmm.
Hamish, are you okay? You look kind of ghastly, to be honest.
I don't. It says, well, I think we need to carry on with the festivities. It's the people will be wondering where we are.
I think you may have had enough.
Too much to drink, maybe.
Mm.
There's
These
no
are-
Being
these
a
are-
shame.
greedy
is-
little
this is
piggy,
enough.
are we?
It says, I've had enough of this. This is a secret ceremony that's going on. We need to, excuse me, out of my way.
Sure. If you insist.
We're going the orc scout, Lothorgveld is there, and he's
Yes.
as Hamish goes past and he goes out, and he goes out for a breather, and as you you leave a few moments before following him out the door as you take your rest, and we will get to leveling up. So everybody will level up. ShadowDark, you will roll your hit dice. So that is there's a D8 for
In this kind
Vara
of situation, it's
and
more like
for
shit
Bram.
dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
D6
Shitty dice.
for Warson, and
What do I roll,
which
sorry?
D4?
You said
It's a
D4?
D6 for your hit
D6.
dice.
Okay.
D8 for Vara and Bram.
Oh,
Oh,
D8. D8.
Yeah. I've it is double check the right. I've got my curse
Okay.
scroll ranger thing isn't it? You
Cool,
don't
cool.
have the PDF here, hang on. Points at level 1. And then each of you now. Let me just.
Okay.
oh,
Oh shit. Sorry. I saw that wrong.
fair.
I'm a D4.
Mm-hmm.
So our hit dice will go into our new HP.
Okay. Yeah. So, Warson's HP is increasing by 4, Bar 3, and Lantana's by 2.
And I got a 5 on my D8, so I had 15, so I'm now up to 20.
Ooh.
What the hell?
Nice.
You're like
What the fuck?
invincible. But he was
Don't
only
say
a level
that.
up from us.
You're even
He was only,
stronger
like,
than Vara
Hey,
now.
right?
Ranger
How's that?
Constitution.
Yeah.
But he was
That
like
is-
crazy
I'm
strong.
I've got like I
Wow.
mean my strength actually isn't that great. I've
He's
got
very
all
good
these-
hit point rolls.
Yeah, I've got very good hit point rolls.
No,
but I
but
mean,
just
I-
his hit points. Yeah, he got a lot of hit points.
Yeah. So you know, 20. But my AC is only 11, so swings and roundabouts.
Do you get full HP from this after the level up?
As in, like restoring your hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. You'll taking a rest.
Okay.
Just while I have the bard, or the ranger thing open here, Bram. So Wayne, could you roll me 2d6?
2d6.
For the talent table for the level up.
I got a
So
6 and a
it's
2.
an odd level, it's level 3. 6 and a 2, so that's an 8. So on a result of 7 to 9. Okay, so you get +2 to your choice of strength, dex, or intelligence.
I'm gonna go Dex.
Dex, yeah. Okay, so that's the further improvement. So that's Brad. This is it's great. You can make and level up a ShadowDark character very quickly and efficiently. Vara. So could you also roll the 2d6? And if you don't have the rules handy there, I'll tell you what you get on the fighter level up talent table.
I don't have them up at the moment, but I rolled a 2 and a 2.
Yes. 2 and a 2, so 4.
Yes.
Okay, so Vara, you now have +1 to your melee and ranged attacks. So not the damage rolls, but your attack rolls for melee and ranged attacks get a +1. So your attack bonus has gone up. Warson.
Mm-hmm.
So could you roll me a 2d6?
Okay. Let's do the things.
So just whatever the total of the 2d6 is.
6.
6. Same thing. +1 to melee. Oh, sorry. Not like the fight. +1 to melee or ranged attacks. You're also getting a spell, but so Warson. You want a +1?
Melee. Yeah. +1 to melee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Increase your melee attack bonus. Yeah, sure. And you also get a level. We go through these more thoroughly, obviously between now and next session if you've got to shoot off. But you do get give folks at home a brief idea of the pre-spell. So you get a tier 2 spell. So up to this point, you'd only had tier 1 spells. The tier 2 spells are harder to cast. Be a DC 12. So the tier 2 pre-spells are Augury, Bless, Blind, Deafen, Cleansing Weapon, Smite, and Zone of Truth. Augury and Zone of Truth, and I think Bless work sort of similarly to they would in like 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Smite is not like a divine smite, unless I'm misremembering the spell. It's not like divine smite on a weapon attack like a paladin. It is just a ranged, like holy attack. You just send punishing flames, like a pillar of holy fire, down on somebody from a distance.
I like the sound.
Who needs +1 to ranged attacks when you can call down the sword of Saint Taragnus from afar?
Right? Right?
Well,
There
from
was
a
method to my
near
madness.
distance. Yeah.
I like
So
that.
we can look at those. Or you can let me know what you would like to pick between now and next session. And Lantana, did you roll 2d6? Have you got the witch up there? You do. Did you say?
Did I roll 2d6? Got a 9.
9. So what is the result of 9 on the? Sorry, I thought I had the curse scroll handy. I can open up the PDF if you don't have it.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
indeed.
What is a 9 on the witch talent table?
I was just going through the spells.
It's that, yeah.
Uh, what am I? Where am I?
So, like
looking?
on the class sheet, it'll be like the table of
Which
talents.
class?
The witch class on the 2d6 talent table.
Okay, so I
So
can
9,
gain advantage on casting one spell that I know.
Cool. Now you can pick your new spell first, and then if you want to
Mhm.
add that to it. So what you were looking at spells? What are the tier 2 witch spells?
Tier 2 witch spells are pretty interesting sounding. So I also have augury, which not my style. There is alter self, bog boil, cackle rot, cat's eye, frog rain, invisibility, poison, spider silk, and toadstool.
Toadstool is a healing spell. I think it's the only. So you summon a little toadstool and you can eat it for hit points. Yeah, bog boil like turns the ground to
into quicksand.
Quicksand, and frog rain is just a damage AoE spell. You just call down a bunch of frogs which batter things, like biblical plague style, but witchy.
Which would be interesting. Although spider silk sounds really good, so I essentially turn into Spider-Man.
Done ceilings and
Yeah,
walls.
I get like sticky hands and feet, and I can walk on vertical surfaces.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's handy.
reprobate gamer in chat. That list of witch spells that sounds like a track list for a witch rock album.
I know it sounds metal as fuck.
I think cackle
Right.
rot is Tasha's hideous laughter, but with a fucking way cooler name.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. You just fall. You become debilitated with, maniacal laughter.
Mhm.
And invisibility, that's all good. Poison. Poison is like you touch an item and it becomes poisonous.
Poisonous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you could. I'm not sure in the heat of combat it could be like. Well, I mean, I guess if you touched their weapon and made it poisonous, they'd have to drop it. Or on a long game, if you wanted to, poison that drinking horn.
Or I could poison water and throw it at people.
Ooh.
You could, yeah. Or you could get have a bunch of sand in your pocket and poison it, and then just like the Dale.
Oh my god, yes!
Pocket sand with poison. Poison spray.
Yeah, pocket poison.
Nice.
Oh my
Well, I
God.
think with that, T, I will give you a little time over the break to pour over those spells and make a choice. If we're leveling up in the middle, I don't mind if between now and next session somebody do want to change what spell you picked, because we are a bit on the spot. I don't mind after that. It's going to be locked in. But folks, we will see you in 10 minutes. Well, see you soon.
Hey.
Welcome back, everybody, back to Against the Crimson Queen, where the party has just leveled up, and are about to make their trek up to Stonehome. Now, I was going to say with all of you now, is the plan? So you'll have your rest and can be up at by first light. But what's the plan with regards to? Are you kind of going leaving immediately and getting there? Are you kind of gonna wait till a certain time of day to try and arrive there at a certain time of day? And if you're taking the long route, it will take most of you'd probably be afternoon. But if you left first light, it might be
I mean, Bram would have probably
midday.
approached
Maybe
the
by the
group
time
about-
you made it up there, or if it was first layers, it's quite late. But are you aiming to kind of get there in with daylight, after dark? Do you
So
have
yeah, so Bram would approach the group and be like, I honestly, this is just my opinion. We can make a choice here, but two things. I don't think we should tell anyone where we're going. No need to start a panic amongst all the people.
Mhm.
And I think we need to slip out quietly. And there's no better time to slip out quietly than dawn. Like just as the sun is coming up and everyone's still resting after the night before. I'll defer to the group if you want to move at a different time. But that's just my opinion.
No, I agree. Dawn tends to be the best time, especially after a night of revelry like this.
Hmm.
Based on what you saw, in terms of, I suppose, the demeanor of the goblin, did they seem quite relaxed? Because that would indicate that they don't plan on moving anytime soon. I just want to make sure we don't run into them.
Aye. Well, what I've done, I set a load of traps on my way down here. So if there's anyone following or scouting ahead, they'll have to be very sneaky to actually sidestep my traps that I've set quite well, if I do say so myself. But the one laddie I saw was just a hobgoblin having a break, having a wee smoke at the cave entrance, like a scout or a watch guard. So
Okay.
I have a funny feeling they're embedded, and if they're looking for what we think they're looking for, they're probably more focused inward than they are outward for now.
Okay.
But I mean, I still think we need to approach this stealthily, and quietly. If we can make our way up there, I can show us a path. Like we can check my traps, make sure that if we caught somebody, maybe we could question them. Or if they're still alive, maybe they just lost a foot or something. Cripple them a wee bit. They can talk.
Okay.
Find us some information. If not, we haven't caught anybody. We disarm the traps. Take it as supply. Take the traps. We may use them later, and then make our way on. That might be an idea.
I think the best thing, is to do what you said, your plan of trapping them in there if we can.
Yeah. If we can get to the weapons before them, happy days. And if we can't, then we should definitely trap them in there. So we'll wait. First light.
Get a bit of rest.
Get a bit of rest. Try and make sure we are bolstered. And then we will go for them. Speaking of which, with your traps, I may have something you could use.
Ooh.
At this, Lantana is, because I assume they're just kind of going back to where they're staying at the moment. Lantana is going to say, I managed to find some of the local poisons. I extracted some from, some flora, and also some really toxic poison that I think, if applied to things like, I don't know, I have some quills. You're the trap expert, whatever you think would work in this regards. But I was thinking if we had something that could fire lots of little tiny needles of like little needles dipped in this poison, it is quite toxic. We
Aye.
might be able to fell quite a lot of them in one go, but I don't know how to
I've
do
got
that.
I've got a few ideas. You hold on to that poison for now. When I need it,
Yes.
I'll come and ask for it.
Perfect.
I've got some ideas. We might be able to, as you say, take down a large swath of them in one go. maybe.
Exactly. I just don't know how to. I'm used to seeing how nature works. You know, mushroom just kind of explodes, the spores go everywhere. That's kind of where I got the idea from. If we had something that would
Aye.
either shoot lots of little needles or some sort of explosion that would make the immediate air in that space poisonous to inhale, that could save us a lot of work.
Or, as I've seen be done, it's an army. They're going to have supplies. They're going to have rations. They're going to have
Into their food.
put it into their drinking water. There's going to be troughs
Yeah.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Find where their water supply is. They're going to bring it with them. They're not going to trust the goblins there to drink theirs. So
True.
we find where they keep their water,
Mm-hmm.
and we dip a wee few drops of this nasty stuff in, and fuck them.
I like that. I like that idea a lot. And you're going to see Lantana's eyes are going to actually take on this, like, you know, that shine when somebody's super happy about something? Like, their eyes are practically twinkling, and you've never seen them smile so big. And they're like, I really like that idea. I know this particular poison it would cause them so much pain and hurt. And you're going to hear the anger they have because they decimated their town, and they're like, they're going to pay for this, and the more painful it can be, the better.
You are very devious. I really like this. It's very subtle.
Thank you. Did you like Hamish's turn for the worse?
That was you.
Yes. Oh, you really think I show interest in that little toadstool of a man?
I didn't know how much you had to drink or whatever.
Oh, Vara.
Oh, that was genius. I am in awe.
Thank you. Nature is wonderful, 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 and mischievous.
I love this. Oh, so excited. I'm gonna take all these down.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I think we've got a solid plan. I think we need to rest up and get our first light, get our supplies together. GM Bram is going to be asking the blacksmith if they have anything that's combustible, like some black powder or something.
Yeah, so as you'll probably, you'd want to stop on the way to the blacksmith, because again, I've just added that it wasn't since Nelly had to sign off, and Vara's also going to pick up, assuming she wants to wear it, a suit of chainmail.
If there's going to be flying spiky
the
things, I
Vanish
think it might be
apparently couldn't-
safer.
Yeah, your camera's gone off
Yeah,
screen.
chainmail. I know. Yeah, I see it on the chat. The chainmail is 13. Your AC is 13 plus Dex, so
Cool.
it'll be 2 better than your leather armor, Vara. I need to see actually if
So you broke up there. How much? Sorry.
It's 13 plus Dex, so that'll be technically it'll just be your AC will be 2 higher than whatever it is with
Amazing.
you wearing leather armor.
On your end, in the very very true. Like, make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan.
Perfect. Love it.
Yeah. Just want to see if the ranger can wear chainmail.
Well, I'm not looking for a chainmail. I'm looking for something that will blow up the cave mouth. I'm looking for something that's combustible.
Oh, I know. I just wanted actually. You know what? It mightn't be the best idea because the chainmail is disadvantage on stealth anyway. So
yeah. Not for me.
it's the
Not for me.
But anyway, I rolled a. So she does. Actually, it's not a lot. It's a small charge. She doesn't think it'll be enough. She says, "Oh, I didn't think it'll be enough to take out the whole cave entrance, but I'll get it. Might be good for something."
All we have to do is find the right support pillar and take that down.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So
everything else
she
falls.
does
with
have, this will take up one gear slot. It is like a pouch of black powder.
Cool. I'm down a couple of gear slots because I made all the traps with all of my shit, so I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4 gear slots free.
Yeah. Now, and again, anything that you want to put back into your inventory from if you want to disassemble the traps and take them back,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Or if you
Cool.
want to, leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you, she'll also offer now and again, depending on what people can carry. And you do have you are getting like kind of fairly simple goat mounts, mountain goat mounts for mountain. They could each carry 4 gear slots in little kind of saddle bags that they have hanging over the
Nice.
side.
Nice.
And that's if you want to bring anything like extra. You can, so you'd each have 4 extra gear slots. Now, of course, they'll be outside and it'll be swapping anything out, So if there is anything like that,
I am going to ask the blacksmith for 2 daggers, if that's possible.
Yeah, there'll be a certain kind of, she'll, I think she'll spare you the 2 daggers because she's, as much as she obviously will want to try and defend the town, I think she's kind of banking on possibly getting this, as she said, look, she can, she's going to be kind of on overdrive crafting some stuff over the next few days, but she'll spare 2 daggers and she'll then turn to there's a sort of limit of what she'll be able to do, but if there's anything that obviously with the chainmail for Vara and Warson,
And just a quick
she
question.
might be able to spare like an extra javelin or something,
Just a quick one. Kate's just asking there if you can refresh your OBS or will your PC melt?
Like refresh the ninja.
She said just OBS. Oops. Video Ninja. Yes.
Just reloading now. Because actually looking, because I wasn't looking at the Video Ninja.
Yes,
but
we have a GM in the ShadowDark at the moment.
Yes.
I see that it was back to just me that I was seeing.
He has become the darkness. And he's back.
Okay.
Yay!
Hey, there we go.
We found you. Now don't kill us.
So you, as you're gearing up, Vara, as I say, she might something like a hand axe or a javelin if there's anything else, but she's sort of running a bit low on supplies.
Yeah, no, I don't think she wanted
or if
much
anybody needs
from
extra crossbow bolts.
her. Just the chainmail would be good because she has her dagger, her longbow. She has bolts, and she has
Yeah,
a
she's
javelin back
fairly well
from that. So
outfitted.
I think I'm okay.
She will ask Lantana if there's anything, anything metallic, anything that a blacksmith might be able to, might have in their stores
Maybe
that you could make use of.
I can't really wear armor, but if you had any, actually not metallic armor, if you have any leather armor, that would be the most I could do.
She does have a set of leather armor. It's not actually, she didn't make it or anything, but it's it's kind of strange looking. It was to go under a suit of, under a suit of like half plate armor. So it's kind of the undergirding,
Yeah.
But it will function as a suit of leather armor. Yeah.
Yeah, I will happily take that. Obviously, I'm just like, I tend not to need armor, so I guess I'll bring, if I make it back, I'll bring it back.
Don't be ridiculous. Everybody needs armor.
Well, in fairness, I went through most of my life without ever needing it before. But yeah, when we get back,
least expect it, you'll need it.
True. When we get back, we can settle up then, if that's okay.
She says, "Well, this was, I offered this to you and your compatriots as a sign of, show of goodwill, of show of faith that, I'm good for it. That I could, that you wouldn't be empty-handed if you went trekking down into the tombs and there was nothing there for me to whip up for you.
Well, thank you. I just don't want to
consider
assume...
it a gift.
Thank you. Yeah, I just don't want to assume, considering how you're probably one of the few who is willing to help us or aid us in such a way.
Ah, well, few, he said. More than you think. I might not like it here very much, but for the most part, they're all right.
Well,
But yes, consider it an investment on my part.
Okay.
adventures.
Investment secured. Thank you. And
Says, "Well,
if you ever need anything,
unfortunately,
if you need anything, I know blacksmiths tend to have trouble with dry skin, splitting of knuckles occasionally from time to time, and Lantana is just gonna take out like a small little tub of the salve that they made and say that should help.
She does say thanks to her knuckles are cracked and dried from the heat of the forge, except for the oh no, let's see. A second. Yes. So for the others, her ring and pinky finger on one hand, which are articulated metal prosthetics. She says the rest of them, she says, these ones don't mind the heat too much. She says, but says you don't happen to have any oil, do you? They're getting a bit squeaky.
Oh, of course. Lantana's going to give.
She's jokingly, she says. Oh, she says no. It's only joking. She says I've got.
Oh.
She points to a little kind of metal can, kind of.
Oh.
She says I appreciate it. Says but truly, it's good fortune to you. sincerely hope, because I want to find out what's down in that tomb.
Thank you. Yeah, so we should probably rest.
Mhm.
And maybe
Yeah,
eat.
this will be so.
Vara,
Yeah.
you still haven't eaten, have you?
I have not.
I think a nice hearty meal before sleep will help us feel recharged.
Say no
Yes?
more.
An unfortunate typo by Kate in the chat. Someone feel Vara.
She would definitely kick someone's ass then.
Lantana's flirting with everyone apparently. So.
Apparently, it's the game for it.
So yes, you get you are all well felt. Well fed.
So yeah, once
take
kind of everyone's kind of drunk, that kind of way. When there's food left over and all that kind of stuff, Vara's just gonna take everything.
Yeah, just like
Fair.
around from all the tables, it's just picking. Yeah.
Oh no, it's just everything. She's like,
Oh,
well, you're all
God,
asleep
yeah.
and it's all gonna go to waste.
Yeah.
That is a
yeah.
good point.
Yeah, all the
So
food
you're
it has to be
all-
taken.
Yeah.
We don't
you're
like
all,
food waste.
No. She's she's conscientious about that. So, you're well fed for the night. You get an uneasy rest, but you toss and turn a bit, but you do rest your weary muscles and kind of refresh yourselves somewhat. Still a little bit groggy, but the morning air should help that as you wake before sunup. You get sufficient sleep. It's the sun is rising reasonably, late. It's kind of autumn, so you're in the latter half of the year. You're sort of on the downturn of daylight, daylight hours. So you rise, you get yourselves outfitted, and you're on your mounts, and you head up the mountain trail. As you do, I suppose could any of you that want to give me a wisdom check? I'll make one for Warson.
Oh. Both dice.
Ooh, terrible. Oh, wait, sorry. No, I'm still rolling with advantage. Just switch that there.
+2. Well, that is what did Bram get for a wisdom check, Wayne?
I got a dirty 20.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice. Beats even Warson's 18.
Ooh.
Yeah, as you're making your way over the hills and up into the rockier terrain higher in the Highlands. You come upon each of the various traps that you set. As best you can tell, you're almost certain nothing has disturbed these traps, bar one, which seems to have something's fallen afoul of it, which is just it is one of those gnarly looking mountain pigs. But it will make for some fine rations should you.
Yeah.
Have to put the traps. Important thing being the traps are unsprung.
Okay.
You don't see footprints. It does not seem that anything has been down this way.
Okay. I'm
The
gonna
way is
clear
clear
up I'm gonna clear up the trap of the pig, and then I'm gonna set it again and leave the traps there.
Good shout. So, after some trekking, you reach a sort of. Now, as you're not within sight of the entrance to Stonehome yet, but as obviously decide, I suppose, what exactly you're doing. It is now it's kind of mid-morning. It's still a little bit it's not midday. It's not super bright. It's kind of a hazy, reasonably bright. You like Bram, knowing you've been in.
Ben, you're breaking up really badly.
Looking down.
Breaking up really badly.
Yeah.
You would, if you were to just continue to follow the path, eventually, pretty soon. Oh, fuck's sake. Can you hear me now?
Not really.
It's a bit choppy.
Bit choppy, and I think there's a severe delay
still
on it
back.
as well. I think it's a pretty hefty delay on you hearing us at the same time.
Give me it all. One second.
Mhm.
Don't know. Is there any difference now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Okay. Sorry, I was just saying. So as you've
Yeah.
you're nearing
yeah,
the
yeah.
entrance to Stonehome, but
Straight
it's
away.
not in sight yet. But Bram, you would know, like, pretty soon. You're kind of, stop up behind a fairly large outcropping of rock. You would know, sort of, a little bit beyond here, if you approach from just the direct route. You would just be seen, from the entrance.
Okay.
The way it's set up. So from here, maybe you would have to sort of go around to maybe.
Would I know of any other entrances into the actual goblin settlement? Would I be aware of any side entrances, secret entrances that kind of higher up the mountain that might come down into the interior?
If there is another entrance, secret or otherwise, you're not privy to it.
Oh, okay.
It's possible there was some sort of secret way in, and the goblins just, perhaps it's a clan secret and they didn't share it with you. Your relationship is very good with them, but
Yeah.
nothing's ever. It's a long to be sort of. There are often things which that's knowledge for the clan themselves, and it would be a long process, and of actually being considered a member of the clan. But not to your knowledge, there is. It's a kind of a, there is the main entryway and a bit of a funnel that way. But you could now, if you sort of skirt around and over, sort of above what would be the entryway, you could skirt around to there is a sort of a shelf of rock to the west on the western side of the entrance, which would be, maybe less than 100 feet from the entrance, where the four of you could sort of take a bit of cover, and maybe approach from there. You would think you would probably have to leave the mounts, the beasts of burden here, because hiding them, there would be, and it just there's, you could kind of, you can't really tell a goat to, be quiet, because we're, there might be the odd, so, just
so-
Bram's own knowledge of the place.
I'm gonna turn to the group and say, like, it's sun's getting high, and we're getting close to the entrance. And the last I saw, there was lads stationed there. I don't know of any other way in, right? So we've got two options. There's a ledge or a ridge to the western side of the entrance that you could try and sneak across. It would get us close to it, but not right on top of it. It's literally one entrance in and that's it. They're gonna have it gathered. So
Okay.
we could go direct, go straight in, no kissing, bang. Or we could try something else. We could I'm known in these parts as the trader amongst all the clans.
Okay.
So why don't I take the 3 mounts? We take this dead piggy here that I've killed the trap, sling it on top of it, maybe jostle up the mounts a bit, tie them together like a caravan, and I pretend that I'm coming to Bastard with the goblins.
Okay.
And I sneak up, and I go up to the entrance and try and have a wee chat with the laddies that are there. And if I can entertain them enough, you sneak around to the western side and try and make your way in while I'm distracting them.
Okay.
Yeah, we could definitely try that.
We can do that. Will you be okay?
I've been in worse places like this before, not a problem. I'm used to talking to goblins, hobgoblins, twisted creatures. I'm very much on the same level, and if push comes to shove, I give them a pig. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, just can you just slide me just one dose of that
Of course.
poison? Thank you very much. And as we kind of start to truss up the things, I take the pig carcass, slap over the middle goat, and I open up its mouth, and I take the poison very deftly, very carefully, and I shove it into the pig and start rubbing it on the insides of the pig.
Perfect.
Oh my god. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Fantastic. Lantana's just gonna kind of nod in approval, like, well, they're hardly going to say no to a freshly slaughtered pig, so.
Aye.
Okay.
Lara is outstanding at the deviousness of you two. She's just used to bashing heads. You're just like, oh my god.
Hey, when you're out in the wilds, you gotta live any way you can. And as I'm doing this, I'm kind of cleaning my hands, making sure I've got no poison on them. And then I'm going to kind of dirty up my face a bit, make myself look a bit more ragged.
And
cloak.
well worn.
Yeah, well worn. Pull my cloak around, hood up, conceal my weapons. Make sure that the pouches on the goat are concealed, and make it look like try and make it as best I can to look like a caravan of just like trading goods. I'll stick the 2 daggers that I got off the blacksmith in an obvious place, as if I'm going to barter with them.
And butcher the pig there. Yeah.
So that's there, and so I'll basically be putting myself forward as a kind of a tradesman to the goblins. I'm sure if the goblins aren't around, I'm happy to trade whoever these people are for a bit of coin to sell the pig. That's pretty much what I'm going to pretend to be.
Nope, that makes perfect sense.
Love it.
While we are doing this, Lantana is going to actually summon their familiar, because the last time they had them, they sent them kind of out of the town while it was getting attacked to avoid it getting taken down by the goblins. So they're going to summon their familiar, which is a raven, and they're just going to speak to it and tell it to kind of scout and come and report back if they see any goblins because they would have known exactly kind of like what sort of armor they'd wear, and report back and see if they spot anything in the nearby vicinity, and to not make a sound as they do so.
So So the raven is kind of circling kind of overhead.
Mhm.
Does the raven have a name, or is it?
I did. I thought I wrote it down in my character sheet.
It has many names.
It has many. I've had so many familiars. as like just a player in general. But
Yeah. Now, unlike say, yeah, for the folks at home, but like the witch's familiar, say, in contrast to the 5th edition, like find familiar. If the familiar dies, and it's a squishy raven, in order to get bring the familiar back, Lantana will have to sacrifice 1d4 of her hit points permanently. Their hit points, I should say. So,
Yeah.
it's be careful with the raven. Though its cheek's common, and it can be used as you cast spells as if from its position, as if you were there.
So their name is Carrie, as in Carrion Crow.
Nice.
Even though they're raven, I
Yeah.
was like,
So just as
I love my corvids.
as you approach Bram, coming up to the entrance of the cavern.
Yeah.
And you can see there. You can see like a little bit into the. The sun isn't like, as I said, it's not particularly harsh, so you can see a little bit into the entrance of the cavern. Could you give me a wisdom check, please?
Yep. Oh, rolling like a demon tonight. That's a 19. 18 on the dice plus
Oof.
1.
Yes, that is what we like to hear.
Okay.
That dice
So-
has been doing me well tonight.
You can spy, kind of inside the cavern entrance,
Sorry, you broke up there for a
kind
bit,
of-
Ben.
Yeah.
towards.
You broke up.
Well, there is a bit of light inside the cavern entrance.
Okay.
Okay.
You can see, it's casting, but you can see that there are two in metal armor, two hobgoblin sentries placed kind of like they're about 15-20 feet, you'd say, into the cavern, right at the kind of threshold of where it kind of opens out into a wider area,
Yeah.
this cave that the settlement was kind of born into. So they're there. One of them was kind of distracted, looking away. But you see one of them, the one on your right, clocks you from a distance, and there's an initial kind of holds now there. Holding longbows, and one he kind of notches, like he's got an arrow knot. He draws a string back, but you're coming from some distance away. He hasn't fired yet. You
And
see
I'll
him
just start
turn
waving and be like,
to his
hello,
female compatriot.
hello.
Yeah.
I'm here to
Now
trade.
you've heard them whisper. You've heard them whisper, and it says, you heard them say in Goblin, let them approach.
Oh, hello.
Sure.
Well met. I'm here to trade. You don't look like you're not Hard Knock. Where's Hard Knock? The goblin that's usually here. He's when I usually. He's
Make
usually
me a
part of-
charisma check.
Okay. +2 to charisma. Okay. 16 on the dice +2. 18.
Oof,
I love
those
this dice.
Oh,
I love this dice.
They love you too, clearly.
okay. Could you also make me a wisdom? Could you also make me a wisdom check?
A wisdom check. Not as good. That's a 14 on the dice plus 1.
Still not bad.
Okay. So, you say this, he says one of them, they kind of eye each other. He relaxes the string of the bow. And actually, where are the other party close? Have they gone around to the western, like, rock, or are they far away?
So we'd
Are
be
they back at where you left from, or did you go around?
well. We would have gone where Brom suggested we approach from.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you're going. So you're sort of about 100 feet away behind the
Mhm.
outcropping of rock to the
Yeah,
west.
We'd be keeping
west
them
of
in,
the
in
entrance, just
distance
so
to
I
the
know.
point so that, like, when we know they're distracted.
Yeah,
We can.
yeah.
pounce.
You skid around. Yeah, so they kind of eyeing each other. They relax the string of the bow.
I usually trade with the goblins here.
He says hard. He says hard knock. No, he said hard. He says hard knock is, hard knock is he's busy. A minute. We've had an unusual amount of trade recently, so
Really?
it's dangerous.
Really?
But so the rubble hides have some muscle.
That's
But come in.
acceptable. Thank you. I mean, I've brought some rations, and I've recently just killed and butchered this hog. Really good meat. I think two large fellas like yourself would really like a piece of this. Happy to. I can bring the goats in, and we can serve it up if you wish, or get it on a spit. Keep it fresh.
Says, hi, bring me. He says, come. He said, come in. He said, says my friend here. He said, if you hand him the reins, he'll lead the animals inside. He said, come.
Yeah. Just be careful of the first one. Bessie there, she's a bit ornery. You're going to have to give her a bit of a jolt. And I'm going to look over to see where the rest of them are. As I'm distracting them with the animals, and I have the two of them focused on the animals, I'm just going to look and see if
Okay.
I can see where everyone else is.
Yeah.
So
yeah, as you turn to look back, could Lantana, Vara, Warson, I'll roll for Warson, and Bram gives me wisdom checks, please.
Mm-hmm.
Warson did not do well. It's a 7.
Oh no! Damn.
The one time she does well.
Oh shit!
So what did Lantana get?
I got a
Yeah.
4.
Oof.
Oh my god! I think I need. I think I need to
18
borrow your
for
dice,
Vara,
Wayne.
Bram. Wisdom.
I got a 14 total.
Wayne, what did Bram get for his wisdom?
14 total. 1 4.
14.
14.
14 total. Okay. Lantana and it's they've got a very bad angle from here. Bram, thankfully for your neck, though you don't see it, missing just by 1 because he got a 15 on his dex. As one of them is leading you away, the other fella, only Vara sees him draw his longsword and bring it up to. He's about to stab Bram in the back, and we'll be rolling for initiative next time.
Oh no! Ah!
Yeah.
I feel like, get the javelin. Go.
It was good.
Oh.
One of them was fine. One of them he rolled a nat 20 on like a wisdom check to see
Okay.
if you one of them just happened to he was it didn't to be honest, it didn't matter. They were going to lead you in, like their MO would be don't kill him
Take
out
you
here,
and
just
kill you.
bring him in. It's easier to just slit his throat in here. Yeah, because they're just going to kill
Yeah.
whoever comes here. But I didn't even think of that. I was like, that was actually such a good idea because a good way that they kind of rush in, because trying to, like, I was like, it's going to be difficult. I want to see what they come up with to try and just having 2 guys there at the entrance, and like, can they get to them before, as a sneak peek for next session, at the end of this cavern, there's a you thought Hamish's was impressive. There's a massive horn there for them to blow to raise the alarm. So there's only 2 of them, but can you kill them or stop them before they get to the possibly get to the alarm?
We will do our best.
Yeah.
We will find out in 2 weeks' time.
Well, thank you so much.
Stonehome.
That was so much fun.
That is, so we'll find out on the 19th. That was I must admit, that was quite an inspired move from Ram there.
Yeah, no, that was solid.
That was a good idea. Yeah. I
I
like
just
it.
thought
Because,
you served up
several
the pig, so I
of you
figured I'd use that,
approaching.
like, so.
Yeah, several of you approaching, like trying to take down several people with bows, and the risk letting one of you get away.
Yeah.
But bring one guy in, and now they have their backs turned. They don't know the party's there. So,
Yeah.
if they could spend their first turn, they'll get to the entrance, and then we'll see how initiative goes. Right, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Before we go, Nelly had to leave, so I will plug for Nelly. If you check out Dum Dum Die, it's a great podcast there of some fantastic South African folks. You can check. There should have been links
In the chat.
going all day in the chat. So please follow them. Check out what they're doing. It's fantastic. Wayne, where can we find you? What's going on?
So the latest episode of the Pubcast just dropped yesterday. So you can go watch that, where we completely ripped the piss out of Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. And then also the latest episode of Sorcery Shenanigans, which is our TTRPG stream, which I am the DM on, is currently available. The whole campaign is currently available to watch on our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts. And throughout the evening, very thanks to our techno mage. My graphic novel Nosferatu has been kind of streaming by in the chat. There's a link there for Nosferatu, which is a World War II vampire story that I am the writer and colorist on. And you can click on that link and go straight to where you can purchase that from our website at Rogue Comics. So that's where you can find all of my stuff.
All of the stuff, now, bye.
The stuff.
Now, does anybody else have any stuff they want to?
If anybody wants to do my college work for me, that'd be great.
Before we say
Joking.
goodbye, is there anything that anyone else, anything you want to plug, T or Freya, or anything before we head out?
Join the EC Discord, where we have our new playlist for all your characters' theme songs. It is the most eclectic, weirdest playlist so far. I love it. Come join it. Share your songs. I need to hear more.
Rams Bruce.
Oh my god,
Very good.
That sounds great. You can find me here at the Emerald Collective or playing Grey Stormfield with D8 Dungeon. So yeah, if you like some gothic horror, I suppose both places is great. Like anything spooky, and I'm so into
I can
it.
attest. Anything spooky and traumatic, T will be found there.
It's terrible. I was told that guaranteed ways of kidnapping me, van full of kittens, a spooky TTRPG. I tried to argue, but I actually couldn't. I really couldn't.
It's true. A van full of kittens playing spooky TTRPGs.
Oh,
wearing little
you can't traumatize the babies.
No. We got them at work before. You get tiny little capes and put them around them. And they're little kitten vampires. It's adorable.
Oh, stop. My heart is like, we need kittens.
Even as kittens, they're devious.
Yeah, they sit there and they're just like,
Okay, folks.
Yeah, sorry.
Very much. We will see you next time. No, I'm fine. I'll stay here talking shit all day, but I know that you have to be up for work.
Worky works.
Thanks very much, people.
Yeah. See you, folks. Cheers, Ben.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.